Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just here to basically just give an update, not a life update per se, because well, it's not a life update. I just want to speak briefly about the fact that I've been gone for like 7 months. It's only until the last week or so that I've started posting again. A lot of things have been going on. Even currently, a lot of things are going on, and yeah, I've lost my phone twice until now. I've not gotten one thanks to a good friend who gave me their old phone that I'm using currently. So here I am, but that's besides the point. I lost my first phone in November and lost the second one in January. So it was a really hectic 3 months, and well, February, March, April, and now May. So pretty much, 6 months more or less, 5 months more or less, that I have been almost phoneless the whole time. So yeah, I am back now, planning to do YouTube a bit more often and at least try and put one video up every week. And so please help me hold myself accountable by reminding me using any channels. It could be Facebook, Instagram, Facebook mostly because I'm more active there, and the Instagram. And yeah, one of the life updates that I have to do is one of basically an update that I have to do. Just like I said earlier, this is not a life update. One of the updates that I'd love to do is the fact that I've been doing a project that's called B Speaks, and B Speaks is basically me speaks. Biuboa speaks. So I shortened the name Biuboa and just made it B Speaks. And it has been something that has been running from 2017, not the beginning, around August of 2017 until now. I have today is gonna be day 360, and so I have like 5 days to go, and I'm about done with this project, and I'm so excited because this is a much bigger project than the daily postings that I always do on social media. Why it has taken that long is because um, pretty much it's about inspiration and motivation, and most of the time we go through days where we don't experience that. And then I made it a soul choice and decision that everything that is not motivating, everything that is defeating, and anything that brings someone down or anything that makes someone feel like they are not inspired, then it's not something that I'm going to put out there. Because the idea behind Big Speaks is the challenge was in 365 days, that's typically a year, what are some of the most inspirational things that I can be able to see within the people that I interact with, within the conversations that I have with people, that I can be able to share with the world, and that can let people into my perspectives as an individual, but also give me an opportunity to be able to share my perspective about different things and situations in life that could inspire people. And so that's how B Speaks was born. And ultimately how it was born was that I was in a meeting setting, and I like scribbling things a lot on my I like scribbling things a lot on any piece of paper, and most of the time it's serviettes and tissue paper, which is kind of crazy. But sometimes when ideas pop, the last thing you want is to look for that book, look for that paper, look for that all those serious things that people write things on. It's just to pick something that is around there and to pop something, to write something down that is coming into your mind, that is inspired most of the time by a conversation that you've been having, a dialogue or something like that. And so that's how Bespeak started. I remember being in this meeting setting, and I wrote something, and then someone read it, and then they thought it was really inspiring. And I remember being made to say it in front of a meeting. And up to that point, that's when I was just playing with the idea of what can I do about this. I don't claim to be an artist. I write poems sometimes. I can be very lyrical as an individual. How things play out in my mind. Sometimes I like writing them down and everything, and they can be rhythmic and all that type of stuff. But I don't call myself an artist. I am not one. I'll not be one. But I love writing generally, and so I figured, how can I come up with a way in which whatever it is that I write inspires or just provokes thinking by people around myself. And so for the last more than 365 days. I mean, I started in 2017. I have been doing this, and it was really a challenging journey. A lot of things have happened while I was doing it, and so all these things will be highlighted in the next big project that I'll do, because like I said, B-Speaks is not just the things that I've been posting for 365 days. We have the in-betweens where I didn't post anything, and the in-betweens have involved a lot of things. I started when I hadn't come out to my family. By the time I'm finishing, I've come out to my family. There was a huge rejection that has happened, and I've morphed into a totally different human being, and a lot of things have become more valuable to me than I would say they were when I was starting back in 2017. And so it's gonna be a project that is gonna be close to my heart, and I look forward to sharing that with you when time is ready. But all I can say now is I'm grateful for everyone who has been an ardent fan of Bespeaks. It's something that has come from a very, very, very deep part of my soul, and it's something, if we were to look at it from a point of content creation, it's just one of the best content that I've ever been able to create over in the years. Another life update is that I moved. I moved with some of my friends, information that you'll be able to interact with later. But the reason I get to speak about it right now is because we are still together going through some phase of a lot of things that are happening in terms of homophobia. We moved in a place where we faced a lot of homophobia just because we put flags on our door and on our balcony, and it has, and well, on my bedroom window as well, but I doubt those have been seen and everything. So apparently neighbors went and googled all this information, and because there's a tiny flag we had put on the pupil of the door, where you can be able to see someone who is knocking at your door, was a tiny flag from outright. And supposedly when these people went and Google, I think was when they saw Outright International, they went and Google thinking we work for Outright International, and now that has been the accusation. And when we clearly said we don't work for Outright, then it has escalated to we're trying to turn the house into an office and all that type of stuff, and it's really ridiculous. We're still in the middle of everything, so I can't give any more information about it, but it has come to a point where we've involved legal practitioners and are seeking legal counsel all the same. And it's crazy, and it makes me really sad that we live in a world that today in 2020, May 2nd 2020, we have to experience homophobia. People have to attack you just because they don't like you, just because they're scared of who you are or the idea of what they think you are and everything. And it's really insane. However, the highlight of this moment is that it has given us really a sneak peek of what it is like to experience people in different parts of the world and everything. Also, just to say, I don't know, I don't want to say much about this because, like I said, we are seeking legal counsel on the same, and so I wouldn't want to put anything out there that would jeopardize that. But yeah, it's crazy that in 2020 we still have to experience homophobia. Third, as I said earlier, I'm coming back to YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing YouTube a lot. So I'm gonna be asking you guys to subscribe kindly, please subscribe, because when you do, then it's gonna help me a lot. I'm really targeting to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I can be able to monetize my channel and be able to create more content that will be able to, you know, reflect on the life of the queer person that I am, because ultimately that's why I started this channel, to speak about my queerness as a queer person, to bring different queer people to share their experiences, but mostly also to share my work as an activist and as a feminist. And I feel like if I'm gonna create that content so that I can be able to entertain you guys, but also create a platform that we can learn. Then we can all work towards benefiting one another, where I entertain you and you can be able to support me in terms of just being a subscriber and enjoying the content and everything. And the more you subscribe and the more you enjoy the content, then the more it becomes beneficial to me. Another thing is a lot of collaborations are going to be coming your way, and so get ready. Anything that you feel like I should be able to talk about as an individual, as a queer person, whenever I travel, I am making it my intention that whenever I travel, I'll be doing vlogs to the places that I've traveled, so that I can be able to say a bit of what I have seen or whatever. You can be able to see a bit of where I have gone through my eyes and everything. So that will be coming on daily vlogs about my life. I do not know about that, but whenever I am experiencing something that is worth vlogging, then I'll be able to do a vlog on the same, so that people can be able to also get a sneak peek on what my day-to-day life looks like. But outside of that, be sure you'll be getting weekly videos, at least a video a week. um I can't settle on a day yet on of uploading, but you just be sure there's gonna be a video a week. I'm also working towards seeing how I can be able to come up with uh, you know, a schedule for uploading. And the reason I want to come up with a schedule, because I want to try a trend on uploading more than one video, at least 2 or 3 videos a week. But that only can happen if I go a bit of training myself to be able to see if I can be able to hack that. Then if I'm able to hack that, I can then be able to, commit to a schedule of, say, maybe uploading Monday, Wednesday and Friday or something like that. But outside of that, for now, you can expect 1 video a week. And if I meet that challenge, then I'll be able to put more challenges. I've also started, another update is that I've started how many, it's not starting 2 projects. I've launched my initiative, Be Kind initiative. Look for it on Instagram and on Facebook, Be Kind on initiative, and follow a lot more of the work that I do under Be Kind initiative, which is my own initiative I founded in 2016. I will be communicated on those platforms, and probably here if there's something that I should bring here. So be sure you follow those sites so that you can be able to see what is happening there. And then another thing is that I have started a project called the Face On Project, and it's a project that looks to put a face to our queerness. Oftentimes, when we speak about the LGBTIQ plus community, we have specific faces that go into that community. It could be the activists who are doing, like, the renowned activists that are known and everything. It could be the prominent people that have been fighting the fight and everything. But most of the time we forget that the community is made up of the people who are faceless. Most of the time we are forced to hide. Most of the time homophobia and patriarchy teaches us to hide because of who we are. And so the project, the Face On Project, is a project that demands that we put a face to our queerness, where it's just a project that is being run currently on Instagram only. So go look at the Face On Project. It's basically looking to put faces to our queerness, not necessarily faces of prominent queer people or anything like that, but faces of queer people, the average queer person, the day-to-day life kind of queer person, and how that looks like, and painting a picture of why it is important for these queer people to live their queerness boldly. I hope to be able to interact with you guys more. By the time you're seeing this video, probably another video would already be up, or it would be shortly before another video is up, where I'm planning to do a Q&A and everything like that. And so I hope you guys enjoy this. Please subscribe. I need it. I love you guys, and be kind to one another. Remember to wash your hands and stay safe, but also remember to call your governments for bullshit, because a lot of bullshit is going on in terms of the money that has been released to support people during COVID-19. And so call your governments for bullshit, and make sure you hold them accountable for the shit that they're doing, and ensure that the money that has been released for COVID-19, they're able to do that so that they can support lives, because a lot of people are going hungry, and a lot of people are homeless, and they do not know what to eat or where to sleep and everything, and that money should be going to that. Also, call your government for the bullshit that is making Kenyans to pay for being tested for COVID, yet we know we have funds that have been released to help during this time, and those funds should be going to ensuring that we have free testing kits, so that Kenyans, as many as possible, can be able to be tested, and so that we can be able to normalize the situation faster. So take care of yourself, be kind to yourself always, and always remember you have a role to play in the society, and if you keep quiet, then the role won't be fulfilled. So go out there and do something about the things that you need to do. Have a good day, and I love you so much. Bye.